Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chicagoland Baseball Chronicles Season 2. I'm your man, Bo Reb, and we got Brother Bill right here. What's up, Bill?
Hey, what's going on, Bo? Back on the air. Good to see you, bro.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
got a really interesting one this afternoon, this evening. Mike Tolbert, DuSable High School, Major League Baseball draft pick a couple of times. One of the legendary names here in Chicago. Played more than baseball, so we want to dig into that, kind of get his whole background and hear his baseball journey. Let's have him
Yeah,
in,
let's bring
Bo.
him. Let's bring him on,
Mhm. Here
brother
we go.
Michael.
How
Brother
you guys
Michael
doing?
Talbot, man. Welcome to the show, brother. We just gave
Uh,
you a big time
yeah,
introduction.
you
How are you?
did. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me on.
For sure, man. Hey, we want to get dig just straight into it, man. A lot of people, don't know how we did it on the low end and whatnot. And how did you just get started in baseball playing in Chicago and where at?
Yeah. First of all, it started as far as when I moved from the low end when I was younger. People didn't know that.
I
And I
didn't
was
know
like
that.
about 4 years old. We moved from the south side to the west side, and over there, 4400 West. On Gladys and everything, and just grew up over there and learning from our big brothers who didn't even play with us. They didn't show no mercy at all, man. At the age of, well, I mean, seriously, at all. And it was just a great thing of just playing, starting I say about 7, 8 years old
Absolutely.
of picking up the baseball. And my brother, my oldest brother, showing me how to pitch.
How to pitch?
And
Okay.
yes, and then I wanted to play third. He wanted me to pitch, so I went on to pitch, and he taught me because he played baseball at Creek Ear High School.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So my
Okay.
other oldest brother, so he taught me and my other young brother, this year older than me. That's my brother. He played first, and I was on the pitcher mound. So that was it. Started from there, from 7, 8 years
Okay.
old, man. So from there, from graduating from Sumner, coming all the way back to the South Side,
Mhm.
and
Okay. So you
started at
came to the South Side.
to the Sabo my freshman year, and
Okay.
it was a lot of people didn't know who I was when I first came because they were like, okay, where's this guy from? He's not around here or whatever.
Not
But
a neighborhood guy.
no, they
Right.
didn't think so. But they didn't know that I grew up blocks down over on Federal,
Right.
4400. I'm like, yeah, you didn't
Absolutely.
know. See, because a
Right.
lot of people, and this first time I'm telling this story on that one.
That's a good. I didn't know. I thought you were. I knew you from Robert Taylor's, and all the
No,
guys were saying, and by you being older than me, and I watched your whole career at DuSable and
yeah,
Hamp and all the Butler brothers. All they would talk about was Mike Talbot, Mike Talbot.
well,
I just figured you
I
were
know
there.
the Butler brothers well.
I
All
know
of them,
that.
the whole family. So
So
it's
where you were, while you were at DuSable, I mean, like, how did that go? Like your freshman year, you just walked in. I mean, how'd
freshman
it go?
year, I came in. I mean, I was enthusiastic about this point of playing baseball there. I'm like, okay, let me start here. Freshman year, they started me off playing frost off for some games. I think after the first or second games and third game, they said, no, we bring you up to varsity. So from that, I was like, okay. So came from play varsity from my freshman year, middle of my freshman year on all till I graduated, man. So it was
Absolutely.
great.
Who
In
were
fact,
some of the ball players that you played with at DuSable? Because y'all had some pretty good teams too.
oh man, we had some good teams though. I mean, everybody knows Bucky. You know about Bucky.
Absolutely.
Bucky's my first catcher when I came in as a freshman coming up, and they took me under their wing. They're like, no, no,
Dale Baker.
yes sir, Dale Baker, his name. So it was great, and it just showed that compassion. They like wanted to help me in every way possible, though, man. And I was like, okay, hey, okay, let me just take this in and run with it. And from there, it was great, man. Bucky, you have I don't know if you guys remember David Anderson, who played basketball and
I
baseball.
do. Absolutely.
David, he rest in peace, though, man. He just passed here not too long ago, about a month and a half ago. But
What about Tyrone Robinson?
yeah, yeah, well, Ty came after me, so I know Tyrone. Ty was he was about a couple years up under me. Remember, he same year about you.
He's with me.
Yeah. So I
He's
was
with
like,
me.
but the guy was He's a good guy. Guy can
Right,
play some
right,
ball. We can play some ball and everything. So I was
okay,
like, oh, okay. But it was like a lot of people, man. If I could just go back, it was just, ooh,
right.
man. It was just guys I just knew. And there's one guy that played with Jackie Robinson. I always wanted to play with Keith Robinson.
Pete, Big Pete.
Keith,
That's
no, Keith, Keith,
Keith. That
Keith, Keith
yeah.
Robinson. And
We
he
call
always
him Pete. We call him Pete Red.
okay, Red, man, you know, yeah, Big Red always
That's
called me
one of
different
Billy's
names.
guys, and I played with
Okay,
him also.
and he kept coming at me every year. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, I was like, man, I can't do it because I was from baseball to basketball. The coach had us from summer to we go back to the fall of everything else basketball. It was like
And see,
summer,
that's one
summer
of the
league.
reasons why a lot of people didn't know, because in the summer leagues back then, basketball had the summer leagues. So you
Yeah,
were good
right.
enough, and he played two sports. So in the summer
Yeah,
leagues,
so
he didn't play baseball; he was playing basketball.
basketball.
So at
Yeah.
that time, Mike, in the summer league, DuSable, you played as a team. Your high school team stayed together. I think now the kids kind of are on their own, but you played as with the DuSable team.
Yes, so Panthers all the way through, like I say, all the way through all 4 years with them. And I always wanted, like I said, I always wanted to play with Jackie Robinson, man, but I couldn't because the basketball coach, soon as we finished baseball, the basketball coach had us doing the summer, through the fall, through the winter playing basketball. I'm like, oh man, then they come back around to baseball again.
So while you're playing baseball at DuSable, Mike, what are some of the big rivalries you guys had? I know Phillips is right down the street. What are some of the rivalries you had in high school playing baseball?
Oh, Phillips, Dunbar, man, Inglewood, Roberson. We've had
the whole Red Central. That's the Red Central, right?
Pretty good competitive section
in the red. We was in the Central Red, and man, and one of our biggest ones was Phillips. Really? Out of all teams, I can say that from every year we played them was Phillips.
Those were the games that I went to. I can remember going to those Phillips games, and every time it would be you versus Stanley Cowles, and it would be people lined up on both ends, and you got them. You got them. I got it.
Yeah,
the last one was 2-1, and I would never forget that.
One,
that was
a 2-1. I mean, that was
that
brought out the best in you. Them games brought out the best in you because it's all about respecting each other, and I like the way them guys played, so they like the way our team played and stuff. It was just a rivalry every time, and notice it was just that particularly our last year of being seniors. But prior to that, me and Stanley, I was like, who is this guy? I never knew him at first. I kept on it. We came to be friends, just like liking each other, man, or just talking or whatever, having conversation. But it was never like, oh man, I don't like you or because you play for this thing. It wasn't like that. It was just going out, having a good time and playing ball against each other.
Who was your coach at DuSable at the time? Who was your coach, baseball coach?
Yeah. At that time, Mr. Wright. Well, which year are you talking about? Because we have changed coaches.
Really?
You had more than one coach?
Yeah, we had about 3 coaches from Big Floyd. Was one year he took over, and then Mr. Wright, and then Rayfield. And we were just like, man, they had different coaches. In my last year, Mr. Wright, he was junior year. Then Mr. Rayfield was the one senior year of me. So it's rotated, man. But it was just always that rivalry we had with the Central Red and everybody. So it was like, man, we always got to come out here and you got to prove yourself. You guys, people knew you. People knew you. Absolutely. They knew you. If they didn't know you, or teams like certain coaches, and Carla from Phillips, their coach, I always liked the way he coached. Yeah, and one time I wanted to go there after my freshman year. I was like, I want to play with these guys here. But I stayed while I was at DuSable, and that rivalry was just there, just playing good time with everybody.
Now, coming out of high school, you and Stanley, y'all guys were very, very highly touted. Now, he went and signed with the Cubs, and you got drafted also. Who did you get drafted by?
Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati.
I don't know whenever he came out because I know they were at 117.
You got drafted pretty high too. You were drafted very high. What round? About the fourth
round, 117th player taken in the nation. I was like, okay, but yeah, it had its moments. I wanted to go, but then they didn't want to. They didn't want to put their money where their mouth was talking.
I heard that, dog.
I mean, I saw different things. You see things behind the picture afterwards, but a lot of people don't know that. until, you know, people approach you. Why didn't you sign that? I'm like, also,
Right.
I was thinking about the education too. So I'm
Absolutely.
like, you know, if I get injured or hurt or whatever, man, then what?
Absolutely. So where did you
So
go? What did you
went out to
what happened?
Arizona State.
Okay.
Arizona State. Wow.
Arizona State, yeah.
Big
And
time baseball.
Big
big
time.
time baseball. But
Mm.
it was. But it
How
also a
did it work?
place. It didn't. At first, I thought it was going to work all right. Because, matter of fact, the people that drafted me, Cincinnati Reds, they also had a pitching coach down there who's also in the organization, who was also scouting for them. So I was
Absolutely.
like, okay, great. But I didn't figure that I'll, get that reality of racism out there like
Mm.
that. But it showed his head out there on me, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is different because I'm in an all black school and everything. I ain't had to go through all this stuff like this in
Right.
Chicago compared to being out there. So it was different. But I kept my head up and kept on playing. I go over there, play on frost out, one hitter or whatever, come back up, they'll sit me there. Wouldn't even let me even pitch and nowhere. Go in the bullpen. I was like, okay.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, no,
Never
no, no.
I
I
never
go
heard
through.
that.
I
Tell
know a
it.
lot of people heard. I mean, I told it to other
And
friends and stuff and family members, but a lot of people you don't hear what's that. I mean, they touted the other young guy, white guy, that came in right with me as a freshman, and they let him go ahead and get all the innings or whatever. I was like, wow, okay. It was some other blacks out there, man. As far as ball players, that wasn't even getting that fair treatment at
wow.
all. And I was like,
And then
wow. I said, as a freshman, they wouldn't even. It's kind of funny though when they get you out there, you playing, then you come back over, sit on varsity, sit there. They don't talk to you. They don't even say nothing to you. I was like, wow.
and for the record, people, I'm gonna let you guys know. Mike was throwing 95, 96 by the end.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was you clocking by the end when you was down? What
I
was you
was
clocking?
hitting up at 95, 97, and right around in there. And
Absolutely.
I was
Wow.
like, man,
Absolutely.
it's just,
We talking
I
about back
didn't
then,
get that
he
fair
was
pitch.
throwing
Yeah.
that hard, people. This brother threw some certified smoke. I saw it. He was throwing that in high school. So I can imagine what it was when you matured a little and got stronger, got in college. So and they
Yeah.
still gave you the flux down now, huh? Same.
Yeah, it was different. It was different, but man, you just got to keep your head up. And like I'm saying, also I'm here for education too. So I'm like, okay, let me go and get these books and stuff. In the process, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna keep on playing, but I'm not gonna do it like that. But like I said, they wouldn't even say nothing to me. Sit there. I'm like, wow, just go to the bullpen, sit down there. I was like, but you get all these other guys, and I saw how things was from white to black
Hmm.
out there, and I was like, wow, white guys got away with everything, whatever they wanted to do, whatever, cuss out the coaches, whatever. Get back on team. I'm just sitting there. You sit there and you just watch. You like, wow. But
What year is this, Mike? You're a freshman out of Arizona State. What year is this?
79, that fall
Mm.
of 79, I was out there.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it was
Wow.
August of 79 when I signed up in my freshman year at Arizona State. So I was like, well, this is learning experience right here, but you just got to keep on grinding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How
Okay,
long were you
so
out there?
I
yeah,
was
how
like
long were you there?
one semester, man, because like I said, I was like, came here to play ball and get education. And I was like, well, I told myself I'm education first, but I'm always here to play ball. So what's what? After that first semester, man, like I said, the coaches stuff wouldn't say nothing. I was like, hey, it's like this. He wouldn't say nothing to me. I get
Mhm.
recruited like this. I'm out here. So I decided, you know what? And other coaches reached out to me and from back here. And I was like, he said, well, I want you to come here at Triton College. And I was like, you know what?
Triton.
Triton College, yeah, to play ball. And I was like, yeah, I just told Arizona, I said, Arizona, I'm here to play ball. But I said, you guys, we want me to play. You don't want me to play at all. You want to just have me here.
Mm-hmm.
Here just to show me off to some other, because it was interesting. I was like, they want you. I want this congressman to want to meet you. This and that want to meet you, and this that. I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, get everybody, cordial to everybody, whatever it is. But I was like, I also want to play ball, but they wouldn't give me the opportunity at all.
Wow.
After I got frost off, I don't care what I threw. Nobody hit me on frost
Mm-hmm.
off at all.
Mm-hmm.
They come
He
back
throwing
on
it again.
varsity. They set me there, and I was like, wow. I'm like, okay.
Unbelievable. So how did
Yeah.
it work out when you got to Triton? The lights got turned on in, right?
Oh man, it got great. It got great. I was like, okay, I'm back home. I'm out here playing ball. From the difference from that playing, you can play every year. So through the winter, you can play out in Arizona. or whatever. But
Absolutely.
back here, it was different. But I enjoyed myself coming back here and playing ball and stuff. And
Who are
also,
some of
like
the
I said,
guys who are some of your teammates with Triton? Some guys we may know at the
you
time at
know,
Triton.
one guy, because I met him, we met each other in All State. We went to All State together because he played at Five East. Johnny Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
He was a real good guy too, man. And it was another. It wasn't too many blacks on the team like that. When I came to Triton, I was like, but that didn't bother me about that. It just point I'm out here playing with some guys that also had talent, can play, and it was just me and Johnny, the first two blacks here at our freshman year. We were like, wow, okay, but we did great. We did great,
Okay.
and then
So you got down there. You got down there before. You never played with Kirby and Lance and none of those guys.
No,
They
I
came
knew Kirby.
after you.
Yeah, Kirby came out a year after me. Kirby a year after me. Cause matter of fact, the guy from the coach from Triton, Bob Simmons, like I said, he had me to call and talk to Kirby because me and Kirby knew each other from All City. But as also we just ran into each other now and then. But he was always a good guy, and I told him, I said, no, he can play and he can hit. And I'm telling you right now, when you look at guys, certain guys, he's like, oh, that guy got talent. And when I saw him, I was like, man, this guy he was a sophomore. When I first heard him, he was a sophomore. I'm like, huh. And then I got to junior and senior. I'm like, wow. And saw him hit. He couldn't go to all state, but he can go play in the all city game with me on our team and stuff. But flat out hit. So it was that. And Kirby then when I left, like I said, from that freshman year to the second year, we got a guy in that came in from Cincinnati, Ohio. And it wasn't even Lance Johnson yet. This was like a year after him. This guy named Larry Jackson. I mean, flat out left-hander. Go get it. I mean, go get it. He had not a strong left arm because he's a lefty. But I mean, go get it. Somebody hit it, and they let you know how good he was. They had Kirby and Lance in left and right in college. And a lot of people didn't know that. I'm like, no. You guys don't know this who was in the center field of taking care of everything. But you know who got to the major league, what their position was? Center
field.
Kirby and Lance.
And Lance. Absolutely.
So what happened to this gentleman from Cincinnati? Where it just didn't work out for him? Bad breaks or injuries?
Bad break when you get down there, man, and certain things happen and you get involved with stuff. And the teams ain't gonna let it. Especially from a black guy to another nationality, whatever, skin color, you like, nah, they didn't let it go. They got rid of him, man. And that was a loss of that. But the guy was great. He was good.
Okay, your
so
career
back home at Triton, back to some familiar faces, back getting some home cooking, back at Triton. And I guess the most important thing, the coaches there are giving you the opportunity that you deserve.
Giving the opportunity to play. He didn't spare nothing. He let me know, hey, I want you here. I want you to do this and that. You my guy, And I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's play. My freshman year, where do we go? We go to Junior College World Series.
Okay.
Y'all went pretty far, I see.
We got there yet. And who I see? The coach from Arizona State.
Really?
Yeah, Jim Brock. Watching from over there, watching me pitch. And I just looked at him. I was like, but it just he just gave me a look, man, that I was like, wow, it's like that.
So they were at the Junior College World Series recruiting.
Yeah, you're recruiting. And I'm sure I'm up here pitching. So
did he say anything to you?
No, just gave me a stare, just looked at me. I was like, I said, I just waved my hands, hello. They kept me moving. I'm like, all right. He wouldn't even say, oh. If you're not going, I ain't figure, you had that bad of, you that mad at me or whatever for choosing my path compared to, being there and not getting an opportunity at all. But
absolutely.
Some people could be like that, but you got to move on from that and go.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep, man. So how long did you stay at Triton?
I did my couple of years there. It was junior college, so a couple of years there. Yeah, and when I got my degree and stuff from there, man, and from there, it was like, like I said, the second year, San Diego came at me to draft me as my freshman year. And I was like, man, I still don't want to offer. They don't want to offer nothing, though. They want you, but they don't want to offer no money. They were like, yeah, we give you a little bit. And I'm like, that? And I'm like, no. I said, I can make that in the summer playing, just playing here or working here at school. but they didn't want to get that. So I was like, and also I had a newborn son to raise. So I was like, I know I had to focus on this too and play ball and get education. So,
did you ever play for the Askew Pirates?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
I know you did. How was that ride? That was a good ride, wasn't it?
That was a good ride. I had a lot of fun though, man. You get a lot of brothers with a lot of talent like that from Otis and all these guys, man, and Big Trip and all these. I'm like, man,
all the guys you played against.
High school. Oh man. Yeah, Otis. I was like, man, this is something. I mean, you hear about these guys, but I never met most of the guys, except for you hear about Marty Murray, and he was coaching us. And I was like, oh, okay, let me introduce myself. Well, he said, I know you already. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, cause what's his name? Dude kept on coming after me. I want, come on, play with the Pirates. Come on, play. I said, you know what? And I decided, you know what? Okay, play with the Pirates. Couple years of playing with them, and it was a great time. I had fun. I had fun though.
That's good.
Yeah.
So did you eventually ever sign?
No, and then the part of me signing again was I was about to sign with Kansas City, wanted me to sign with, and what did I go do? I'm playing basketball, and one guy come by and try to rip the ball. What did he get? My right thumb. And I was like, what? And so they was calling me. I was like, I can't. I broke my right thumb. And they was like, oh no. And that was it for that, on that note. But I kept on after that, after healed, went on playing with the Pirates again, man, a couple years. So it was all great.
Oh yeah, it was all good. Askew made it good.
Askew made it good though, man. Just the camaraderie of the guys and playing with these guys with all this talent. And man, I mean talent.
I got some of the guys you were playing with Askew had professional experience, maybe a comeback from the minor leagues, or these were guys you competed with in high school.
Guys I competed with in high school. Some guys.
You say Otis was on the team at that time.
Pardon me?
Yeah,
Otis was on the team at that time.
Yeah. Otis was on the team at the time. So I knew Otis and all that, and Gerald Daly.
Big Trip,
and all them other guys. I was like, man. But
and they had got drafted and came back. They had got drafted and came back, and he was playing with them.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I didn't know you guys was back in town and all this other stuff.
Race seats, Dean Seats, Cornelius Knox, all the guys.
The older guys, man, I was like, wow. And I said, Marty Murray.
Hey, Mike.
Marty Murray running the team.
I got somebody I want to bring on that you play ball with. A little younger guy, man. Let's see if you know this cat right here.
Oh, no. What's going on?
What's up, Money Mike?
What's going on with you, Ty? How you feel?
Ty Robinson.
Oh, wow. You going to
get you on that one, huh, Mike?
Got me on that one, man.
Still living the dream.
Hey, Ty. This brother say he could play some basketball. We're going to get off baseball for a minute. We're going to talk about the other sport. You done broke your thumb. Well, let's see why he done broke his thumb. Could he get down, man?
Yeah, he had that mid-range jumper. He can jump high.
Yeah.
Athletic, had that big afro. Looking like Dr. J going through there.
You didn't have to even go there. See,
that's the real Julius Erving. He looked like Dr.
That's
J.
Dr. J.
You
was putting it down, Mike.
I did a little something, man, but it was it had the afro. Don't you tell that.
Who was all on the team, Ty? Ty, who was all on the team, man?
It was Mike, Bo Ellis. Bo Ellis was a monster. We had Tyrone Johnson.
Yes, sir.
And man, he was a player. And so Maurice Pierce, we had some good players at DuSable. I just think we would have been better if we had more of a system like Phillips, Simeons.
Yeah.
Because we had better athletes, but we didn't have no system I don't talk bad about coaches, but our coaches, was bad. I thought Coach Bonner was a better football coach than basketball coach.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And so
Stephon was
he
on
laid
the
it
team.
on us.
Was Stephon?
Oh yeah.
Stephon Butler,
Stephon on the team.
Maurice Pierce.
Yes.
I think Maurice Pierce was better than everybody. He had big hands, can dunk on you.
Big hand, man. I ain't never seen a guy at his age, because he was a year up under. Man, the hands, he had hands like my hand, like put like my hand, his hand was like
gloves.
This, like gloves, man. And I was like, this guy, I mean, seriously.
You saw the ball dunk on you.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we had good talent at DuSable, but we just didn't have a system and a good coaching.
Yeah, it was the coach. Like I told him, I said I had 3 different coaches from the time that my freshman year where Moriarty was there, and he would have to go to Tilden, and I was like, okay, who you guys bringing now? So we got in another coach, which was Floyd, Big Floyd.
Yep.
And then from Floyd, Mr. Wright. Then it's from after that, Rayfield. I was like, oh man, that's why I wanted at that time. Like I told you about that great coach at Phillips, I wanted to go over there. I wanted to go to Phillips, and I was like, man, I like the way he coaches. Then I had to deal, you see all these other coaches from Tilden who tried to insult me one time, and I was like,
yeah,
recruit me, but he also wanted to recruit me. And I was like, hold on, you gonna insult me, and now you gonna recruit me? Then I'm like, no. I just told him, I said, you know what? Every year I play you, I'm gonna beat you every time we play. and I did. Every time I pitched against him, beat him, man. I was like, you know what? And he had that. He turned. I ain't never seen a guy turn so red, because he had that look at me every time he said it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I know when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
When I was a freshman, we played Tilden. I know Mike pitched the first game.
Yeah.
When I was a freshman, they pitched me the second game, and I got my first high school career win against Tilden. That was a rivalry.
Right.
I was like,
that question. A question. Now, Ty, I played with Ty, Mike. Why you didn't get Mike to come play with us, man, with help, man?
Man, I'll tell you, I was like, man, from basketball to baseball. It was like, man, right after we finished baseball, the basketball coach had us. Bonner had us all through the summer and stuff, man. We were like, what? And
we used to get paid in the summer to practice. That was our summer job.
I never ran so much in my life. But he had us in shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he thought we was football. We ain't football players. We baseball players, but he ran us like that. And we was like, okay, but it was great.
That's good stuff. I wanted to surprise you and bring Ty on the show.
Oh, that's my guy, man.
One of my good friends right here. Yes, sir.
At a young age, their brother had talent, and I was like, man, this guy can play some ball. I'm like, okay. And then not just baseball, the basketball side of it. I was like, this is wow. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I played varsity as a freshman baseball and moved up basketball sophomore.
Yes, he did.
And I told them I was going to transfer to Simeon if they didn't play me my freshman year on varsity. They was trying to make me play far side.
Yeah.
And I told Coach Wright, I said, you must don't know who I am.
Ty pitched every game. When we played, I played for him. He pitched every game, man, throwing gas. Yes, almost every. If he didn't pitch, believe it or not, people, Bo Rab used to pitch too. They're not Ty.
Yep.
Didn't know you was on the mound now, Bo Rab.
And curve, man.
No, Bo had a nasty curve. It kind of dropped too. Drop curve.
And curve, man.
Yeah, man. It was just
yes, sir.
Great time,
it's good stuff.
Man.
They don't know. I went to school. I played baseball at age 37.
Check this out. I told Mike about this. Tell your story. And I told Billy, tell us how you went back to play ball.
Well, growing up in Chicago, I went off to school to Wyoming.
Yeah.
And then, like Mike's story, I did a semester. I had my baby. I came back, worked on a milk truck for some years. Yeah. And then, to be honest with you, that crack hit Chicago. That crack hit Chicago hard. I was like, I moved away. I moved to Minnesota. That's when I ran into my best friend, Marcus Liberty, because he came in from Denver playing against the Timberwolves. Yeah. And I was working for the Timberwolves. And then I was scrimmage against basketball against the local high school guys looking for college. And then I was playing. I still looked like I was about 21. So them guys said, hey, you can play at any age in college. And I was like 33. So I went back to college at 33, got a scholarship. Played 2 years of basketball. Then I went to Northern State in South Dakota and played 1 year of baseball. I saw the baseball team up in the gym playing. I told the coach, I said, man, I'll strike all your guys out. And he told me to come up there and let me see. I went up there and started striking them out. He said, you have ability. So I pitched in college at 37.
Wow.
Told you.
I didn't know that.
I told you.
I didn't know that.
I
And
told
then
you.
after that, I got my degree. I've been coaching ever since.
Okay.
Man.
Now, what sport do you coach? Baseball or basketball?
Right. I coached in college. I was coaching baseball, basketball, and I was coaching football.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now one of the coaches' son had got sick. And then I started coaching women fast pitch softball.
Okay.
So my first year, we went to nationals and lost the championship at Division III college. I've been coaching women's fast pitch softball ever since.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Great
Yep,
story.
at all levels, D1 level, NAIA level. I coached at Mississippi Valley State, Alabama State, Coppin State, a lot of those schools. Now I'm in Texas at Jarvis Christian College, another HBCU.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just been coaching women's fast pitch.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Another Chicagoland baseball legend. So I get a double this time. I got a double.
Okay.
I get a double, y'all.
Yeah.
I did a double. I know these legends. I know. And I got you today, Mike.
Yeah, but I looked up to Mike. He was an upperclassman. I was a freshman, and he the one guy. I think I had Cincinnati Reds and the New York Yankees looking at me my freshman year.
Yep.
And Coach Wright didn't even tell me.
No, I understand why, because he told when I went to like my junior before you came in, and I went to their camp, and the guy said, you know what, I'm gonna come in and check out some other guys. I was like, come check them out. We got some talent over here. And coach, matter of fact, the scout from Cincinnati. That's why he was kept him over there in my senior year and stuff.
Yep, because Mike got me looked at because they always used to come see Mike.
Yeah, right. But he saw the other talent, and I was like, man, everybody's here to get an opportunity. So all we want was opportunity.
That's
I
it.
told Mike,
opportunity.
I told Coach Wright, I'm getting ready to transfer to Simeon. He said, no, you should transfer because I was playing with the A's.
Yeah.
He said, no, we got the Cincinnati Reds, New York Yankees looking at you. And he had their cards, but he never showed it to me.
Oh, wow.
And then that's when I was going to transfer. That's when Franklin and all of them came to my house. Coach Reels, they was like, man, you need to come to Simeon. You need to come there and pitch for us and play.
Yeah, you were playing with the Berkeley Angels. Mr. Reels talks about you to this day. He talks about you to this day. You should have came to Simeon. You should have let Mike them stay where they was at.
You trying to recruit now?
Yep.
It's too late. He should have came.
Me and Kirby Puckett was best friends.
Right.
Growing up, he lived right down the street from him. I know y'all talked about Kirby.
And
me and him used to go at it playing strikeout on the wall.
And for the record, we beat Kirby. We beat Kirby. They was in our division. We beat them.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike,
we beat
peace, man. And brother, rest in peace. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Absolutely.
This was a real good one. Brother Ty, may we wish you successful season.
Has the season already started down there in Texas?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, actually, we lead the nation. We lead the nation in hitting and stolen base. So I got the kids running. We steal bases and we lead the league in hitting. I do some of my father's old hitting where you split your grip, kind of like Ty Cobb a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All our teamwork, we split our grips, and every year my teams normally lead the nation in hitting, or we up there in hitting. So, I bring a lot of that old school, that black ball back to them.
That's right.
Okay.
Continue success, brother. That's
good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, hey, like I said, we appreciate both of you guys coming on the show, and we're gonna conclude it, man. We appreciate it, Mike.
All right, no, thank you guys for having me on.
Thanks for
absolutely, man. Great stories, great stories. Thank you both for sharing, man.
Thank you both. See, Ty, we appreciate you too, man. Okay.
All right, y'all be blessed now.
All right, Ty.
All right. That was a pretty good show there, man.
That was a really good show, man. See how guys come up in the neighborhood friendships, the neighborhood rivalries, and then to see the guys come back together at the end and share some memories like that is really a good thing.
Right, yeah, it was real good. We got some unsung heroes here too. Ty was real interesting, and we got a chance to get a double, And I was telling you guys before you and Mike before the show that he went back to school at a later age.
37 years old.
Yeah, man, and he was throwing gas, man. I mean, he didn't throw as hard as Mike, but he threw in the 90s. So
Gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, that concludes our show, Bill. And like I said, people, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. And you know the business. If you woke up this morning, if you woke, you are winning.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.